Check, 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 check. There we go. There we go. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I'm back. I'm telling y'all, man, I got all of this different software, and sometimes it just do what it want to do, to be honest. But we here, we connected. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I know it's been a little crazy couple, about 15 minutes. I've been on off, on off, on off, but I'm live and everything is working properly. Everything is working properly, and there we go. And I just go to show you that sometimes this is how it works. So I am going live tonight with MOB, the brainstorming session. I love MOB and it's mastering our business. And the brainstorming sessions are really dope. Um, I will get you guys a link to that. I'll post it on my page. It's like kind of like you got to be in an inner circle to get in the actual chat. But if you register before the live start, once I get off of here, I'll post that link. You just got to register before the live start. And it's a lot of good information. I don't think people give enough credits to the right community. If you see now, you see a lot of people talking about school and all of these different things. And if you don't have the right community, then you start seeing your business. You need the right community for your mental health, for the resources that's presented in the community and things like that. So you see it in fraternities and sororities and different things like that, but your community is everything sometimes. If you are not in the right community, a lot of times you will start feeling like, things not looking good for you. You will start feeling like uh, you don't have the motivation, but the right community, man, you go in there, you ask the right questions, and I've learned this in my software groups, like the high level group. You might have a question, you could post a question, and 20 people will answer the question 10 different ways, and you're like, okay, dang, let me see which one worked for me, and that's important. What's important is having the right people around you, and you can see this in any type of team, and um, we're having the right coach. If you look at the Lakers in what was it, 2000, maybe 99 to 2000, they had a really great team, but they didn't have the glue. And when Phil Jackson came, he was the glue. I'm telling y'all, it's so important, right? It's important to have the right community and it's important to have the right leaders. And uh the leadership means so much because you can have all the talent in the world, as I just mentioned with that Lakers team. All the talent in the world didn't matter. You had Kobe, Shaq, you had man, who all was over there? Man, it was a cold team. I think Van Axel was over there at the time. Like, it was literally like a really nice team, and they couldn't get it together because with all the talent in the world, you still need the glue. Like, you still need the glue. And in these different communities, if you have people that's within these communities and they are given the right information and they are given the right resources and they are doing the right things, and you start to feel a part of the group. And as you are a part of the group, you start to trust the group. So you start to ask the group questions. You start to uh, feel like the group is pushing you forward. It's the same thing if you train with a team of runners and you start to fall behind, and they like, look, man, you're not keeping up, and you can go back to your group and say, well, what do you guys think I should do, right? So it's the same. Yeah, Ron Harper. They literally had a cold team, bro. They had a cold team down there in 99 to 2000. They had a cold team. Horace was down there at the end of his career, but other than that, they had a really nice team. And the team didn't do too much anything until Phil Jackson came over there and handled his business. And people don't give enough credit to Phil, even with Michael Jordan and Kobe and their development. Like, and the development is important. Uh the development is so important because if you see players that don't trust their coaches, they not listening. Like, if you see um with Allen Iverson, he, man, him and Doug Collins, them, like he was get like literally having issues over there. But you need the right people, and if the players don't trust the coach, it's all going downhill. And it's the same thing in the community. If you have a community of people that all they want to do is stun on each other, you got a community of people, all they want to do is try to one up each other. Nobody really sharing resources. Everybody trying to outdo the next person. And then you look up and this community is not thriving. You know why? Because it's a show off community. And a lot of times that's what the black community is. Now you have pockets of us that actually get together and help each other. And I'm definitely I'm definitely the I'm not the poster child for, but people have literally took me under their wing, showed me stuff. Even a lot of the nonprofit game I got this year, it was because people opened doors for me. So I'm not saying that communities are all bad, especially black communities. But what I'm saying is the the way that we handle our business and the way other people handle their business is totally different a lot of times. So when you see the Jews and the different races and different types and classes of people, and they come together and they do things a certain way, and then you see us looking at it and with all this content and saying, man, they all get together for this, they all do this. But a lot of times people say even that is coming from a selfish place. Even the fact that people are complaining about a lack of resources is coming from a selfish place. Sometimes you have resources, you don't even know how valuable they are, right? So when you get into a community, you start to see your talent is actually valued in this community where it may not have been valued in another community. So you have to get uncomfortable and get out of that community and get around the right people. I see people do this with their family members and they say, well, my family is not supportive or my family is X, Y, and Z, but they don't want to do the hard work and get around the people that are actually supportive. It's a bit of uncomfortableness that you have to get used to. So, um, in my case, I've literally had a whole 180, a whole switch. And in my life, I've had to make some changes I that were like tough changes to make. And I don't have a problem with my friends. Like I still talk to my friends regularly. I crack with my friends and stuff. But I had to say that, dang, I'm not spending my time with the right people. I'm not spending my time doing the right thing. I'm not spending my time learning the right thing. So you get around a certain class of people and you start to see that what they do is different. You start to realize, like, well, they're all doing pretty good because they're not worried about competing with each other. They're all doing good because they're all helping each other. And it start to make you look at things a lot differently. It start to make you understand that it's a group effort. It's not about you buying a new chain. It's not about you buying a new car and then your sister going broke trying to keep up with you. It's about, okay, how do we all get what we need? How do we all get ahead? And getting ahead for the group, sometimes it takes you taking an L as a person. And that's hard for some people to come by because we're so used to struggling and trying to get out the hole. So when people always talk about crabs in the barrel or the crabs in the bucket, that's the thing that they don't understand. It's not a physical thing of I don't want you to do better than me. It's a mental thing because we've seen struggle and we tried to survive for so long that we don't want to see somebody else get out of that bucket mentally. We don't even know what's on the other side of the bucket, but it's so mental, and a mental prison is way stronger than a physical prison because once you are out of touch with everything mentally, it's over. Once you realize that mentally you're locked up, locked down, and you can't get out of this mentally, it's over for you. So winners win because they are able to overcome things mentally. Once they overcome things mentally, then they are able to overcome things physically. But a lot of people think it's all physical or it's all material or all they think about is I got to make money. I need to make more money. They don't realize that in order for you to get from A to B, a lot of times it's a mindset shift. And that mindset shift may be teamwork. That mindset shift may be let me get out of my own way. That mindset shift may be, let me stop procrastinating. That mindset shift may be, let me be happy for the people that are doing good, take some notes so I can do good myself. It's a mindset shift. Until you have the mindset shift, you'll continue bumping your head. It doesn't matter how hard you work if it's not with the right mindset. Because you can go out today and bust your ass, make $10,000 today. And with the wrong mindset, you can go blow the $10,000 trying to play keep up with your cousins who bought a chain last week, last month, whatever, because they scamming. You just worked your ass off for $10,000. They got a chain because they scammed out. You know, they stole it. They robbed somebody. But you trying to play keep up. And then with the way that social media is set up, you're trying to play keep up and you're chasing ghosts because the people that you're trying to play keep up with, yeah, they may have bought a new car, but the note is $900. I'm not paying $900 unless I get a Maybach or something. I'm just saying, you think that you're playing keep up because it looked good, and then you realize that you're behind on your rent. You don't even have a roof over your head. Now you sleeping in your car. The whole thought process is to get out of that thought process. The only way you're going to win is to change your mind. If you change your mind, you change your habits, you change your life. It's literally that process. It's no other way around it. You cannot change your life without changing your mind because the mindset you have is always going to get in the way. You're always going to be stuck if you're stuck trying to play keep up because there is always somebody doing better than you. There is always somebody that you have to catch up to. There is always somebody that's going to tell you, yeah, you doing good, but it ain't good enough. And they can say that with vocally, or they can say that with what their next move is. They like, look, yeah. That's a dope house. That's a dope house. That ain't, that's a dope 5-room house you just bought, but I just bought 10 rooms. Now catch up. You can use people ahead of you for motivation, but you have to be in the right mindset to use it for motivation. Because it could tear you down if you're not in the right mindset. If you're watching somebody and they're always doing something and it looks so big, and then you over here and you do a little something and you make a little progress, it start to make you feel like you haven't made progress at all when that little progress is better than no progress. So you have to have an internal navigation system, because if you are dependent on external things, then you are chasing ghosts. You're chasing ghosts. These people are on the internet stunting and fronting. These people are doing whatever they want to do. The other day, I talked to one of my guys and he's doing pretty good on YouTube. And I say, bro, I got to go live more. I got to do more of this. I got to do more of that. He didn't tell me, yeah, bro, you doing good. He said, yeah, you got to step it up. You got to step it up. He said, write out what you're trying to do, then call me tomorrow. Let's go over it and we can work out a plan. I'm going to show you what you need to do to monetize everything, to do X, Y, and Z. You see what I'm saying? If you're not around those type of people, if you're around somebody and all they're telling you is, yeah, I made $10,000 off of YouTube this week, but they're not willing to show you what they did. He didn't say, man, you just got to post. That's all you got to do is post. He said, listen, call me. Let's FaceTime. I'm going to walk you through the settings so you can get the right algorithms and people can tune in. I'm going to walk you through. Those are the type of people you have to have around you. That's why winners win. He could teach me something. One of my mentees is doing really good on TikTok, and she keeps saying, Jackpot, you got to go live on TikTok. You got to do X, Y, and Z on TikTok. I said, man, I hate TikTok. She said, yeah. But look at this check. This is what she told me. She said, that's cool, but look at this check. And all I do is go live and do these little it's like a head-to-head, some kind of competition. She said, I just do a bunch of them a day and the algorithm catch on, and it just is what it is. And I'm talking about anywhere from $700 to $1,200 a week from social media, literally just going live. And I said, dog, I just got to go live more. I just got to do more. So I got on here today. This is the second time. I got a podcast that I'm featured on at 6:30. I'm gonna do more. It's literally about doing more. It's no excuses. It's about doing more. No matter what I do, I'm paying for the same software every month or every year. Everything is paid for. It's going to be paid for whether I use it once or I use it 50 times during this month. You got to do more. And you got to be around people that's going to show you how to do more and why it's important to do more. If you around people that say, I don't know how you go live every day, I'll just be like, listen, bro, I don't want to be around you. You don't want to be around people that's not motivating you. This is another reason why winners win. They are around people that motivate them. They do things that motivate them. They watch things that motivate them. They listen to things that motivate them. They are constantly motivated. They're constantly motivated. If you find something that's motivational, and you go to Eric Thomas speech, or you watch it on YouTube and you're motivated for 5 minutes, that is not motivational. That is something that stirred you up, and then you're going to crash. It's like drinking an energy drink or coffee. You're going to get this hit of caffeine and you're going to crash. And that's what happens if you just constantly, don't use the motivation. But when you're using the motivation, then every bit of progress, it'll motivate you to make more progress. And until you're doing that, you're stuck. And if you are not around people that's going to let you know you're stuck, then you'll continue digging a bigger hole for yourself. So the other day I posted, I was 2 pounds short of my goal for from my birthday, which was October 3rd to November 3rd. I had a goal to lose 6 pounds. I only lost 4. Now I posted it. Well, the main reason that I posted it was to hold myself accountable, right? And to show that I was accountable, and to show that because I had just posted birthday goals met, New Year goals next or whatever. I think that's what I posted. And I did. I made my birthday goal. But I had another goal, and I was like, dang, I'm gonna break this up into 30 days. So when New Year's come, I didn't just have one 3-month goal. I had 3 30-day goals. And I'm telling you, I was short. And I talked to my guy. I hadn't seen him in a while. It's my guy Chris. And Illumide and um Illumide and Dave from Kid Max Tax had a skating party that I went to Saturday. And I don't think I had posted it then. I think I posted it Sunday. But I know that Chris, who's Illuminate's brother, is a trainer. He a personal trainer. So when me and Chris sat down, we get to kicking it and catching up. I known them all my, like, since it was like 11, 12. So I've known Chris since he was probably like 6 or 7. So he's just like, big bro, we kicking it. And I start asking him questions about uh losing body fat and losing weight and different stuff like that. And we kicked it for like 20 minutes, just kicking it. At this point, that's stuff that he may charge for. But I was in a position, we skated for a few hours and we were sitting down, he had some pizza, we chilling. So I'm just asking a question, bro, how you keep your weight down, whatever. And we had a decent conversation. If you don't have the people around you to have those conversations, you're going to get stuck. So if you are making money, so with me, I do decent. I do decent with my money. I make money. But I found myself not saving the way I need to save. I found myself, the more I make, the more I spend. Like, I was literally caught up in that. And I was like, dang, I need to slow down. So a couple conversations later, it was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, and it was literally the same thing, right? Compulsive behavior. I got some money. I see something, I buy it, right? I got 4 kids in my house. I got 4 kids in my house, right? And my kids like snacks, especially my 2 youngest boys. When I say they love cookies, they love everything sweet, cookies, pies, cakes, honey buns, whatever it is, they love it. So I'm always surrounded by sweets. Same concept, a compulsive behavior to, let me just grab a couple cookies because they open. Let me just do it. I got no business eating ice cream, but my daughter loves ice cream, and my second oldest son likes ice cream. So it's always ice cream. Oh, I'm gonna just have a little bowl of ice cream. Just compulsive behavior. So what I started doing was I started doing these monk modes. I started off, I think I did 3 weeks twice last year. This year I did 3 weeks, then 4 weeks, and then 6 weeks, I believe. And what I realized was, after I'm done with monk mode, I pig out. Like, literally, I do all of that work for them 6 weeks. I work out every single day. If I'm not able to make it to the gym, I do push-ups and sit-ups. Um, some squats, different stuff like that. So I would literally work out for 6 weeks straight, and then I binge. I work out. I don't eat sweets. When you do monk mode, it's a lot to it. I don't know if everybody familiar with monk mode, but it's a lot to monk mode. And you don't work out. You don't eat sweets. You don't. You gotta. I'm sorry. You work out 7 days a week. You don't eat sweets. You don't. You supposed to meditate. You don't watch anything negative. You don't listen to negative things. You're not supposed to participate in negative conversations. It's other things. You're not supposed to watch porn. I'm just not a big porn dude anyway. It's a lot to it, but I started doing this last year, like early last year, and I'm doing it and doing it and doing it. And I realized after I do it, I binge. Like I binge on junk food. And then once I start binging, I said, forget it. I ain't going to the gym today. Well, I worked out 7 days a week for 6 weeks, so I can miss a few days. Like literally, I started telling myself all of this BS. So I realized this, and I started saying that I gotta stop doing that, right? So I stopped doing that. And what I said I have to start doing is I just have to make some changes. I don't have to not eat sweets or whatever, but I don't need to pick out on sweets. I need to control myself, because doing monk mode, once I do these 4, 5, 6 weeks worth of not eating sweets, I think it's owed to me that I pig out on cookies, cakes, and pies, right? So I started mentally deciding what type of person that I needed to be to lose those extra 2 pounds this month, because now I'm behind for my January goal. So now I got to go harder. So I've been in the gym every single day since, going harder. I haven't, I think I made cookies for the kids and I had a couple cookies, but for the most part, I haven't had sweets. I'm terrible. Like anybody know me, I'm a terrible sweet eater. Y'all, I eat sweet all day. But I've been good the last few days. Like since I realized I was slipping, I sat down, I wrote out some goals, and I put it on Facebook to hold myself accountable, right? And so I started making these decisions. And since making these decisions, I've actually stuck to them. And that's what I have to do, because doing temporary things, you're going to feel like you should be rewarded for whatever that goal was. Well, I'm not going to eat cake this month. Okay. And then as soon as the first of next month come, you eat a whole cake. It defeated the purpose. It defeated the purpose. So now you have to decide, I'm not going to eat cake, or I'm going to eat one slice of cake this week. I'm only going to eat some sweets on Saturday. That's it. I'm going to eat one slice of cake. I'm only going to eat 2 cookies on Saturday, and that's it. I'm good for the week. You have to be that person, especially when you're being compulsive, because you fighting the compulsion for 4, 5, 6 weeks, and then you doing that. So with all of that being said, right, winners control themselves. Winners control themselves, and you have to assess the situation, because I could pat myself on the back for completing these monk modes from 2 weeks all the way to 6 weeks the last time I did it. I can pat myself on the back. I did it, and I didn't. Yeah, it's because it's hard to stop eating sweets. What's up, G? No, it definitely is, man. But it's a mental thing too, right? Because mentally, I'm looking at the sweets for 6 weeks. I got 4 kids. G, you got like 12 of them. So you know what I'm talking about. Definitely somebody. So when you going through this thing and you like, dang, man, I need to make a change. You got to realize that the monk modes are cool and they're great to pat myself on the back because I completed it. And like I said, it was like 2 weeks all the way to the last one I did was 6 weeks. I'm doing it, I'm completing it, and I'm patting myself on the back for it. But in patting myself on the back for it, taking these 2 steps forward, basically, I take 3 steps back, because now I'm pigging out until the next monk mode. I'm not pigging out for the day. If I do monk mode for 6 weeks, I may take 2, 3 weeks off or a month off before the next monk mode. But in that month, I've ate junk food for an entire month. Now I'm going back into monk mode in a worse position than I started off. And I do the same thing with energy drinks. A lot of times I'm going into monk mode for 2 reasons mainly: for sweets and energy drinks. I will start drinking energy drinks, 3, 4 energy drinks a day. I drink 3 or 4 of these energy drinks a day. And as I'm drinking energy drinks, I keep telling myself, man, this is the fourth one. I got to slow down. This is the fourth one. I got to slow down. And then I tell myself, well, You just did 6 weeks of monk mode. You ain't no drunk. You ain't no drunkie. You ain't no. This ain't a habit, man. You bigger than this, man. You ain't. This ain't no habit. You good. But if I'm all the way zoned in and I'm not doing it, period. Like I'm just not doing it. I'm not overly doing it. It's nothing wrong with a cup of coffee a day. It's nothing wrong with an energy drink a day. I'm saying if I'm not doing it regularly and I'm making a habit out of limiting these type of things, then I'm in a good position, right? I'm in a good position. So just doing the monk mode is of no benefit if I take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. So a lot of us are doing that with different things. You do that with diets. Well, I'm gonna go on a diet. I'm not gonna eat this. So I've done things cold turkey, and I know that that's what I need to do, right? So about 16 years ago, I quit eating pork cold turkey. Literally woke up and said I'm done with it. I have not eaten pork, um, to my knowledge, like on purpose, ate pork. Like you don't know sometimes, right? I'm not like tripping on that. And one thing about pork, a sprinkle of pork, if you haven't eaten pork in 4 or 5 years, you'll definitely feel it. Like you'll get sick. So I have had like pork, like dang, what is this type of thing? Even though I requested no pork, like I went to OHOP in Southfield. I went to the OHOP in Southfield, and they gave me some pork in my omelet. And when I talked to the manager, I'm like, I specifically requested no pork. I literally took a bite of it and be like, and was sick. I didn't even eat the pork. Like literally, you'll feel it. So it's not a myth. You'll feel it without. And I was only like 4 or 5 years in by then. So um, it's the same thing with meat. I quit eating meat about 3 years ago. Like literally cold turkey. It wasn't a holiday. It was nothing. It was a situation happened. I said, dog, I'm not eating no more meat. Boom. I have not eaten meat in about 3 years. In about 3 years. And so I realized for me, it's not about let me do no meat for 2 weeks. Let me do no this for that. I got to quit cold turkey because once I start back, I'm going to make up for whatever amount of time I haven't done it for. And you need to know yourself like that. And the only way for you to know yourself like that, you have to measure things that you're doing. You have to measure whatever it is. If you have bad spending habits, you need to sit down and put and actually look at what you're spending money on. So the best way to do that is to use your debit card. So when you see your monthly statement, you can say, dang, I spent way too much money at Gucci. I spent way too much money at Burger King. I spent way too much money at Starbucks. You need to measure it because it gives you a reality check. And until you measure it, you can be overconfident in whatever it is. "Ah, I'm cool. I can do monk mode," right? Winners win because they are measuring. They are always assessing the situation. Losers lose because they are freestyling. They guessing. Winners win because they assess the situation. They are always making adjustments. Life is about making the proper adjustments. So now let's go back to what we started at. So now you have to make these assessments. You have to have the right community around you to hold you accountable. And you need the right coach or the right leader around you to tell you and the community what's right for everyone. Because you can have all the talent in the world, but without Phil Jackson orchestrating it, the 2001 Lakers, without Phil Jackson orchestrating it, it's a bunch of talent doing whatever they want to do. And that may be good for them. You may have a bunch of talent on your team that's worried about their own stats. You're not going to win a championship that way. You're not going to win a championship that way. And you may need a coach to say, look, all of you guys are doing pretty good separately. But if we're going to win as a team, then this is what we have to do. And the people on the team have to buy into the coach in order to take his advice and feel like this is what's needed to actually win. Winning is not a singularity thing. It's not a personal thing. Winning is a family thing. Winning is a community thing. Winning is a cultural thing. Winning is about everybody around you winning. Now, you may not be able to take everybody with you at one point. I have some really talented people on here. Then I have some really successful entrepreneurs on here right now. Shout out to Somalia. She does great work. She has a space. She does she does flyers, great graphics, everything. But the thing is, she's pushing the limits. She's pushing the limits. And then she's around people that's helping her push the limit. If you're not around people that's helping you push the limit and you find yourself dragging everybody, they'll just hold you back. So sometimes you need to cut that off in order for you to be the best you. And then they can see that and buy into that. If people are not buying into whatever you're doing, you shouldn't have to stop what you're doing to keep trying to coach them up or keep trying to tell them why they should listen to what you're doing. You shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to do that. If Samaya was okay, look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do these obituaries, we're gonna do this. She's not like you got people that have that similar talent, and all they want to do is make club flyers. I'm not about to tell you that this is another lane for the same talent or the same skill. I'm gonna do it, and once you see it, then maybe you'll ask the right questions. Once you see it, maybe you'll buy in. A lot of us are struggling because we don't want to be under somebody. It's people that are probably really good graphic artists that should be under her. Let's make some money. Maybe you should do this in California. Maybe you should do this in Ohio. But instead of you wanting to do it with me, you're looking at what I'm doing. Oh, she doing this. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. It's so competitive, but a lot of that comes back from how we grew up. When people say crabs in the barrel, it's not just I'm gonna pull you down. It's also I'm not gonna let you lift me up because I want to say I did it without you. I want to say I did it in spite of you. I want to say I did it with no help because it makes me look like a superhero. That's a problem. Everybody can use some help. All of us can use help. I don't care what level your professional what I don't care what level you are in your profession. You can use some help. You can use some help for something. You can use some help for accounting. You can use some help for investing. You can use some help for all kinds of things for a website, for whatever. Like we all can use some help and it's okay. I reach out. I see somebody doing something. I reach out. How you do that? I remember when I was first running ads in 2015, maybe. I remember in 2015. This was, I believe, Jay still had. I'm talking Jay Success. I think Jay still had both press plays. Jay didn't. Jay didn't hold up. Jay seen me running ads. He said, "Jackpot, what are you doing?" Literally, he literally reached out to me. I had been running ads for maybe like 3 or 4 months. And Jay was like, "What are you doing?" Because ads were really new on Facebook. And when he reached out to me, I didn't say, man, figure it out. I had spent money to learn how to run ads. I spent a lot of money running ads, and it was a lot of money that was wasted because I didn't have the right targeting. Like I didn't understand the targeting. I was hustling. I had a bunch of money. I threw a bunch of money at the ads. I don't care that it was, $1,200 this week. It didn't matter to me. I was getting views, things were going up. I was getting people following my page. I was spending a lot of money on ads. But about 3, 4, maybe like 4 or 5 months in, I had like got it down a little bit where I'm like, dang, I know how to target this better. So when I do events, I started targeting the events better. Okay, I got an event in Grand Rapids, and my events were doing good. And I don't live in Grand Rapids. I would literally just target the people in Grand Rapids. I learned how to target from Facebook. Like I actually learned how to target these ads. And when he asked me, I didn't hold him up. Whatever you need to know, I got you. It's cool. You want me to pull up, whatever. And that's how you got to help your people because it's been things I needed. I remember I needed a banner done probably like a couple years ago. And I needed it done like in 2 days. And I was like, dang, man, they're not gonna get my banner done in 2 days. I reached out to Jay. He like, man, I can have it for you by the end of the day. This is how the community worked. It was a banner I needed for like a pop-up or something. My sister wanted to do it. So I think that's what I needed it for. But whatever it was, he got it done. And literally, man, he pulled up on me in the snow. Whatever it was, we met up. And I'm just telling you, man, that's how the community worked. Everybody got to work together. And it's not just about let's make money together. It's about let's grow together. We got to grow together. You know what I'm saying? and your skill may be a little different than my skill, whatever it is. You may be code at graphics, you may be code at um, you may be code at Google Ads or something, or whatever it is, but everybody can make money. So now we're looking at a lot of these different races, and we're mad that they're putting their people in these stores and they're getting these tax breaks and they're doing this, whatever it is. You have different things that you can work with the people around you. You may just have to get around some different people so you can maximize your network. That's what winners do. Stop believing the hype, all that day ones and all that, no new friends. It's played out. You a damn fool. It's played out. That's only how black people think. Like I'm telling you, it's only some stuff that black people think. White people feel like I'm going to reach new levels and get new friends at that level. I'm going to go to another level and get new friends at that level. And that doesn't mean you have to cut off the friends below you, because you can lift them up if they are on the same trajectory. But if you have people that are not even trying, you can't drag them out of the bed, make them go to the studio, make them record. What? What are you talking about? Who mad Trump won? I don't know what you talking about. All right, this stuff like that. That's clown stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm just saying in general, winners win. Winners win because they understand how to win. They understand teamwork. They understand coaching. They understand networking properly. They understand that, hey, I can't do it all. I can't do it all. And I had to understand, I had to hire a whole marketing team. Like I didn't understand funnels the way that I understand them now. And I'm still working with my team. I love them. Like it's okay that they want some money. Like it's fine. They run the funnel. I look up, I got ads, I got leads every day from my ads. Every single day. I posted a screenshot of it early, like literally every single day I have leads. I have leads. And right now I call the leads, but I'm literally taking notes and just working on, I'm gonna get somebody else to call them. So now I have my team generating the leads. I'll have somebody else calling them in a few months. And all I have to do is make the sales call. As soon as I can, I'll get somebody to make the sales call. Like you got to get a team. It's okay. If you pay everybody 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%, you look up and you're giving away 40% of I did six figures last year. So let's say I made just it was over, but let's just say it was 100,000 to be safe. Boom, I did 100,000 by myself with no team. I just got the marketing team in March or April. I hired them in like April, I think, right when I was about to graduate. I graduated the first week of May. So yeah, like April, we had the funnels done maybe the second week of May. So basically, let's say you do 100,000. Bam, you got 100,000. It's all yours. You worked your ass off. I worked my ass off last year. So you worked your ass off for $100,000. That's fine, right? But you put the right pieces in place and you're giving up, let's say 50% to be safe. But that 100,000 turned into 300,000 and you didn't work as hard. So you gave up 150,000 to make 150,000 and you worked half of what you worked or less. That is the thought process. That's how winners think. Losers think I have to do everything. They don't understand. And then a lot of us are stunting in front and you don't want people in your business. You don't want to hire an accountant because the accountant going to tell you you blowing money that you don't have. That's why you don't want to hire an accountant. You don't want to hire a coach because a coach going to say, hey, you're not on your like you're supposed to be. And you don't want to be held accountable. You don't want the strong network because you want to be the center of attention. But if you get around people that's doing 2, 3, 4 times as good as you doing, instead of being motivated, you're going to be down because it's not about you no more. We in a scary, scary, scary time as entrepreneurs because it's a rough year. I don't care what you're going through. I did okay because I made some adjustments, but I'm telling you, it was a rough year for money. Like it literally, people didn't have it. Like it just is what it is. People didn't have it. Like people don't have it. That's people like, why did Trump win? Because people don't have it. They like, look, these people in office, I don't got it. I'm willing to go whatever. I'll jump on the sword. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll jump on the sword right now. That's how they feel, right? People feel like, man, I don't have it. I'll try whatever. I did okay when Trump was in here, even though I was in my house about 2 years of his whole thing. Even though whatever went on, I didn't feel like I feel right now. I'll do whatever. You ever seen somebody in real pain? They like, listen, do whatever, just do it. Hey man, I'm gonna do. You see it on movies, man. Just take me out. That's why Trump won. People are in a position of, man, just take me out. Even if you're doing good, you probably worked harder for it this year than you've done the last 2, 3, 4 years, bro, because people don't have it. They don't have it. So with all of the Facebook stunting and fronting, see, the thing with me is if anybody knew me before I did all right, that's exactly why he won. They people don't have it. If anybody knew me before I was like deep, like before I had my run in the streets, I always been me. I always been me. It's people on here that knew me since I was in high school. Like I always been me. You never know when I'm up, you never know when I'm down. But a lot of y'all, fast as y'all got $100, see, there's somebody that knew me growing up. You never know. I'm not gonna win. And then you look up and I just went and did a bunch of dumb stuff. I got jewelry I don't wear. I got like I'm just me. I'm just me, right? But when you somebody that your whole personality is stunting, fronting, and all of that, and it get bad, oh man, oh somebody save me. Somebody save me, right? So now you running the Trump, right? Oh man, we all the economy. Bro, it is what it is. We are bouncing back from a whole global pandemic. Everybody doing bad, and the few people who doing good ain't doing as good, or they working harder than they worked before because it take money to make money. Everybody need each other to be doing good. I don't care what you were doing in 2021. If you had something to sell, somebody was gonna buy it. I don't care what you selling. You can sell lemons. It was somebody looking to buy that lemon, right? In 2021, 2020, it was somebody willing to buy that lemon. In 2024, you had to put some juice on it. Look, man, this is what it is. Boop, boop, boop. I'm gonna put some sounds in here. I'm gonna add this to that. I'm gonna do this. Boop. And you might have sold that lemon for 3,500 in 2021. But in 2024, you taking 15 for it because people don't have it. And it's okay. And it's okay. Because another thing that winners do, they know it's coming, right? As I mentioned, my run in the streets, listen, I had ups and downs before I hit a good stride, right? I literally had ups and downs. I'm very transparent about it. It was times where I may have I messed with pills at the time, y'all. So um I may have had a doctor doing everything for me. Boom. I look up, man, I might be all the way to the good. And then they get shut down. So while they get shut down, I may have 2, 3 months. I'm like I said, I'm not really like a stun front person. So I do pretty good with my savings. But I've had time, I had a doctor die on me before. Like literally, I couldn't find a script to save my life for 3 months. So now I'm paying bills, I'm doing all this stuff. But I looked up, I might have had $1,800. I remember at one point I paid all my bills, and at this point I had been hustling, so my expenses were up high as hell, right? So I had a cold condo in Nova. I had all this stuff going on. Like literally, I didn't even know how much I was spending until I got indicted. Like once I got indicted, I had to like look and say, okay, dang, what am I doing? This and that. I gotta pay for this lawyer. I gotta pay for that. I do. So I'm literally, I start like looking at all my expenses, and I was spending 10 grand a month, and that was not including like entertainment, food. I'm literally like my bills were 10 grand a month. 10 grand a month. I had a truck, Lexus. I had so much stuff, insurance on everything, all this stuff. It was like 10 grand a month. And I paid everything off. And I remember I had two different sets of bills. Like on the first, I may have spent about 6 grand. And then around the 15th to the 20th, I may have spent another 6 grand, whatever, like 4 or 5, like 4 grand, maybe. It was something like that. Like I kind of knew what was going on by this time because I had got indicted. So I'm going into January of 2016. I got indicted in October of 2015. And I had money, like I had money put up, but the hustle ain't the same. So I'm spending 10 grand a month now. Boom, boom, boom. My lawyer want money. So anyway, I paid those bills off and I looked up, man, I was shocked. I'm just keeping it 1,000. I was shocked. So this is how I ended up doing all kind of music stuff. So now I'm like, okay, let me do these music seminars. Let me do this. Let me do these shows. Let me, I started paying more attention and I'm like, dang, I can make money doing these shows. If people remember, I remember somebody booked me to have JT Money here and he didn't want to come because it didn't look like no tickets was going to sell. And what happened was the show in Grand Rapids didn't really do good. So they pulled me on the show in Grand Rapids as a promoter and as an artist. And we ended up with maybe 50 people there. It was crazy, but we go to Grand Rapids. The show don't do good. So he like, look, I'm not coming to Detroit unless y'all show me it was like 150 ticket sales or something. But they hadn't did it. Like I just got on here. They hadn't did it. So he basically didn't come to Detroit. And the promoter was like, look, Jackpot, we got the bullfrog already. Just do your thing. You know what I'm saying? He literally he gave me the bullfrog. Was like, we got the bullfrog already. Do your thing. Do you know I had a party there and I was like, look, just donate, come donate. If long, people came, some people pay $5 at the door, some people pay $10, $20, but I hit a little lick. I paid a bill that night. And that's what I'm trying to show you, that even though I was making my money illegally and wasn't thinking about these shows is actually making money because I'm in the streets. Even though I had did shows and I had been paid for shows before, I wasn't thinking about making a living from these shows because I was hustling. So the fact that the hustle slowed down and I needed the money, it forced me to actually think about this as something I can make money from. And I made money from it. I made some adjustments and I made money from it. It's things that you're doing now that you're not making money from, and you can make money from it. It's no such thing as a hard time lasting long. It's no such thing as a hard time lasting long for a winner. A winner is not going to lose for long. That doesn't mean you won't lose a game. It doesn't mean you won't have a losing season. It doesn't mean you may have a losing streak. You may have a losing streak, but winners win. So when you're losing, you're trying to figure out, what do I need to do to win? How do I overcome this? It's no rolling around in a bed and feeling like, oh my God, the world is against me. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Oh my God, man, get up and make something happen, because that's what winners do. You have to have a winning attitude. If you don't have a winning attitude, you're going to constantly lose. And even when you win, you're going to lose. Because if you're a loser, losers lose and winners win. So if you're a loser, the same way a winner can have a losing streak, if you're a loser, you can have a winning streak. You'll find a way to jack it off. Look at all of the specials and documentaries on these lottery people. They win millions of dollars, sometimes tens or hundreds of millions of dollars, and end up broke. They're losers. They're losers. You can win the lottery and still be a loser. Losers lose. It's literally what they do. Losers lose, winners win. So that doesn't mean 100% of the time you're going to win, the same way 100% of the time you won't lose. That's what it means. 100% of the time is unrealistic. It's unrealistic to think, well, I'm a winner. I'm going to win 100% of the time. Get that out of your head, because you're setting yourself up for failure. And the minute that you lose, you won't know how to handle it. As a winner, I know that if I lose today, it's okay. I'll be fine. I'm a winner. I'm a winner. I'll figure it out. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'll figure it out because I'm a winner. I do what winners do. I win. I can lose today. I've lost before. Me being a winner doesn't mean I haven't taken losses before. It means I know how to overcome these losses. That's what it means. I've been to jail twice. I've spent about 14 years in jail. Let me do the math. Yeah, about yeah, about 14 years in jail. About 13 years. I spent about 13 years in jail, right? That's some losing stuff. Like, for real. That's some losing stuff. But if you know people that knew me in jail, I have people on my page. If you talk to them, they're gonna tell you I never had a losing attitude. What's happening? They'll you talk to anybody that was locked up with me, they're gonna tell you I'm the same person, bro. They're gonna tell you that. Nobody that did time with me is gonna tell you, man, dog just talking right now. I was in there with him. He was on it. They gonna be like, man, dog always been dog, man. I remember Cyrus from Highland Park. I had some issues with some Highland Park guys, and I bumped into Cyrus, and Cyrus is like, man, I did some time with Cyrus, and Cyrus told me, he say, these his homies. He say, man, they, they asked me, they had some problems. He say, dog always been him. I always been me. I always stood on principle. I always stood on values. I always stood on morals. I always been me. I always been me. And it does, and sometimes I take the L for being me. Sometimes I have to take the L for me sticking up for what's right, for me sticking up for what's righteous. I have to take the L. But in the end, I'm gonna win because winners win. I'm not worried about taking the L today. I'm not worried about taking the L today. I was talking to somebody earlier about me being in my Fed incarceration. Listen, if you seen the Fed game is terrible. It's nothing like the state game. These boys is telling. It's all kind of stuff going on. With me, I didn't care where you were from. I didn't care where you were from. All I cared was what kind of person you were. I'm not out here tripping east or west or none of that. I'm from Southwest. I lived east, west, Novi, Warren, whatever. Like, bro, I don't care about where you from. That's overrated. All that all that stuff is overrated, bro. I've lived all across Michigan, from Ben Harbor to Battle Creek to Detroit, Southfield, whatever. Like, all of it's overrated. What I've learned is it's real people here, it's fake people here, is real people there, is fake people there. And in order for you to come out on top, you need to be able to decipher the difference. And that's not going to come with any type of set tripping. I'm GD. I deal with bloods that give me opportunities. I got a vice lord homie that made sure I was straight the whole time I was in the feds. I'm talking about make sure my kids was straight. You set tripping for what? Real is real, fake is fake. I don't care if you black. I don't care if you white. I don't care if you homosexual. I don't care what you are. Real is real, fake is fake. That's it. When you understand that, you're gonna win. When you're able to decipher that, when you're able to see, man, this dog dude on some trash. You don't let nobody get in your head and tell you nothing bad about somebody because they from the other side of town. I remember a guy I grew up with. He was I grew up with him, but I bumped into him in prison. And I had seen this man in maybe 15 years or something since we was kids. But his bunkie was a guy I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? He told me, man, why you be talking to dude, man? Dude ain't, man, you on some garbage jackpot, man. Blah, blah, blah. Listen, dog ended up being the coolest dude, and the dude I grew up with ended up being a terrible person. Terrible person. I'm still cool as hell. He like one of my best friends. The other dude is like one of my best friends. I don't talk to the guy I grew up. I'm just trying to tell you, let that set trip and all that other stuff go. You have to judge people off their character because that's what winners do. You gotta know character. You worrying about if a person wearing red or blue. You worry about if a person grew up in your neighborhood. You worry about if a person listened to the same music you listen to. You worry about a person's sexual orientation. You worry about if man, forget all of that. Cause there's some solid punks and there's some tough guys that straight rats. I don't want nothing to do with you. Even though I ain't in the street, I feel like rats are they the bottom class of citizens. I don't care. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I feel like a rat will turn you in for anything. That's like the one of the worst characteristics of any human being to me. To me. And that's not changing no time soon. If you will do dirt with people and then turn them into the police, you are the lowest quality of human being ever. Ever. That's how I feel. So why would I care about where you're from if you're a rat? And this guy over here is from Alabama and he cool, his paperwork good, everything straight. If you was in the Fed with me, you know I inherited a Detroit car. That means the people that I worked out with, it was all Detroit people. My guy gave me a car when he left. And when you looked up 6 months later, I had people from Southwest in the car. Shout out to my guy Ty. I had a guy from Alabama, Milwaukee, whatever. Like I had guys from all over the country. My other dudes from Nashville, he called me the other day, damn near crying, talking about how real I am. Like, bro, you a real dude. Mind you, I have the power. I'm in Detroit. I'm in Milan. It's a majority of us. I don't care where you from. Is your paperwork good? I don't care what gang you claiming. It's your paperwork good. I ate with the Spanish group. I ate with the Spanish guys a lot. I ate with the Spanish guys a lot. They like Jackpot. Why is it, man? I'm chilling. These my guys. They wanted to kill somebody from Detroit. You know who they came to? Jackpot, man. We need to talk to you. It's all about character, bro. Y'all too busy worried about the wrong thing. That's why you're losing. Losers lose because they worried about the wrong thing, bro. You worried about the wrong thing. You letting somebody get down on you because they're family or because you've known them 20 years. A snake is a snake. It don't matter how long you known them. A snake is a snake. It don't matter if y'all got the same blood. If you want to win, you got to get away from them. If you want to win, you got to get away from the snakes. It does not matter how long you've known them. It don't matter what y'all went through 20 years ago. It don't matter. Listen, if you grew up with somebody and they saved your life in 2006, but in 2024, they try to sleep with your wife, you better get the hell away from them. You don't owe them no type of loyalty. A snake is a snake. And when you realize that, then you'll do better for yourself. Seriously, man. Winners win because they are able to make the tough decisions. That's a tough decision, man. Dang, this guy, man, I'ma just listen, bro. And with me, if you're not able to make those decisions, I don't even want to be around you because if you can't trust the people around you, how am I supposed to trust you? If you don't control your circle, how am I supposed to deal with that? Now I get around you and he want to shoot you, he shoot me. A snake is a snake, a rat is a rat. Character is everything. It has nothing to do with color. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with sexual orientation. Real is real. Fake is fake. Learn the difference if you want to win. It's been almost an hour. I didn't even plan on being on here this long. I really was just testing this equipment because I'm making some changes and it's crazy. But I'm trying to make sure the Wi-Fi good. Hopefully everything was good. Listen, y'all. It don't matter who won the election, y'all. You still got to figure out a way to win because that's what winners do. That's what winners do. That's it. If you were depending on one of the person, if you were depending on one of the other one to help you win, you tripping. You tripping, and you already setting yourself up to lose. Winners win, losers lose, y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I'm probably gonna go live again tomorrow. We're gonna talk some business tomorrow. I did one earlier. I don't think the internet connection was what I'm listen, y'all. I got all kind of stuff. I got all this Wi-Fi stuff. I got stuff. So now I got a direct connection. Hopefully this one came out better than the one earlier. We gonna work it out because come next week, I'm turned up on YouTube, y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. I'm gonna have this all broke up into clips and we gonna repurpose it. And I'm gonna have some more information for y'all tomorrow.